Arts and Crafts. Today we're going to have our fall bake-off, or baking, not bake-off, we watch the bake-off show all the time, so that's why I said that. And I have my little grandchildren here to help me. Like last year we did a pumpkin roll. This year we're going to do keto-friendly pumpkin muffins, and the recipe is from lowcarblove.com. So thank you for the recipe, and we're going to give it a try. It's my first time making this, so we will see how it turns out. It looked really good on her video, so I'm hoping that we can do her justice. We're going to start, and I'm going to have my little helper here to my right put in the dry ingredients. So first we're going to put in a cup of almond flour. Go ahead, sweetie. Good job. And then we're going to put in a 1/4 cup of coconut flour. So that's this yellow guy. Got it? Okay, thank you. All right, awesome. I'm going to have you just kind of give it a little bit of a whisk. Then we're going to put in the baking powder. It's 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Good job. Go ahead and do a little whisk there. In a large bowl, you do all the dry ingredients. So I'm going through and making sure I'm reading that. Then we're going to put a cup of, wait a minute, hold on. I went too fast. Then we're going to put in a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Good job. Whoop, all the way, because we want all that flavor, don't we? Here, Mima will help you a little bit. They call me Mima, so we're going to put a little, make sure that all gets in there. Okay, great. And then we have, I just want to make sure, I already had put in a pinch of salt in the thing. Hold on, sweetheart, I'm making sure where that goes. We have the almond flour, we have the coconut flour, we have the baking powder, sweetener. This is a 1/2 cup of sweetener of your choice. So it's obviously keto friendly. Go ahead, sweetheart. And we'll just make sure that's all in there, and we're going to have you go ahead and whisk it a little bit. While she's whisking it, we've got my other little helper over here who's going to now put in another bowl the wet ingredients. So what she has will be, we're going to go ahead and put in the pumpkin puree. It is the one that's all pure pumpkin. Here, you got this spoon you can use, sweetheart. And we also have spatulas if you need. It is pure pumpkin. Make sure you use pure pumpkin, because if you use the pumpkin pie filling, it actually has a lot of sweetness in it, and you don't want that. So you want to make sure you're doing the pure pumpkin pie. Here, you can use the whisk if you need, or this thing to get it all out. And then what's other wet? So then she's also going to add in the avocado oil. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Wow. What do you say when someone sneezes, guys?
Excuse you.
Bless you. Yes.
Excuse you. That's for a fart.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, that's going to be true to form. You're going to be okay. All right, so now we're going to add in the, I'm so sorry. She is a really sweet girl. We're going to add in the vanilla, which is a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, we can just put that there. And then go ahead and stir that a little bit, and then we're going to add in the 2 eggs. You might want to, here, I'll stir while you go ahead and, you can crack it on the bowl if you want. Okay, okay. Make sure we don't get anybody's shells in there. Good deal. And we'll mix that all up, and she's over there whisking, I'm mixing. And this is a really good fall flavored sort of treat. I call them kind of like, they are a muffin, but I'm calling them also kind of like a cupcake-ish. So we're going to mix that all in. And I have all my wet. I think I already have all the wet. And our topping will be some cream cheese, but I also think, if I'm not mistaken, okay, so in a large bowl you have your dry, and then you have your wet, and whisk until well. Slowly incorporate your dry ingredients into your wet. Next, make your cream cheese mixture. So I am going to have to get out another little bowl. So you want to pause it for a second?
And we're back on set. That is cleaned up.
That is the voice of the
Video?
videographer.
Right.
And that is my brother.
And my grandson. He's behind the scenes, so it's like a whole family affair here. So where are we at here? So we have our wet and we have our dry. So what we're going to do is slowly incorporate your dry ingredients into your wet. Or in our case, I think we're going to do our wet into our dry because we have a bigger bowl for that, right? So slowly means put a little bit in. And we're going to go ahead. I like this kind of a spatula. I'll let you do it in a minute, honey, okay? And we're going to do a little bit more. You know, what we would like to know is if you guys can comment, like, what are some of your favorite fall things to do, like, for baking? Like the other day, we went to, where did we go, guys?
McClare's Orchard.
Yeah, an apple orchard near here, and we got 2 different kinds of apple. One of them was an experimental apple that they...
Candy Crisp.
The Candy Crisp?
No, the Candy Crisp was a particular apple, and that was really good, right? It was kind of a softer one, and she's got braces, so she was able to eat it with the skin on, which is a big deal.
Smile.
Like not cut.
And not cut. And the other one was a experimental one that I can't remember what 2 were mixed because they said a number. It didn't even give it a name. They said a number. And so it was a little tartar, and then the Candy Crisp was what? Sweeter.
And soft.
And soft. And so that was super good. And we made my mother-in-law, Granny Annie, applesauce, and it was so good. And these guys ate it like when it first was warm out of the crock pot, and then you also ate it, finished it up for lunch today, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a super easy, fun fall recipe too, is to do applesauce. And then another fun recipe to do is this one, or pumpkin rolls was what we did last year. So just be kind of curious to see what your guys' favorite one is. Now, what we're going to do while she's doing that, we're next make your cream cheese mixture. We have 8 ounces of cream cheese already in a bowl. And the mixture that goes in the cream cheese mixture is egg yolk, now I'm going to do a little something different here because I kind of love the flavor of maple. I don't know how many other people like that, but I totally love the flavor of maple. I don't know if you want to try to do this a little bit. So instead of doing a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, I can get you a spoon if you'd rather.
No.
I have some maple extract and I have some vanilla extract. So we're gonna do a little of both just because I kind of like that added layer of flavor. I don't know if I'm messing it up, but we're gonna find out, right? It's kind of like the cream cheese mixture, yeah. And then the other thing that goes in here, other than the cream cheese, is the powdered sweetener. Again, this is keto-friendly powdered sweetener. So we're gonna put that in there. We're gonna let her get that all mixed in. Okay, and so we wanna make sure we have it all. Cream cheese, powdered sweetener, vanilla extract, 1 egg yolk. Okay, good. While she's mixing that together, I'm gonna read over here. Fill your muffin pan with liners. Scoop using a spoon or an ice cream scooper. I actually went ahead and got one of these to do it with. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna scoop and put, you can swirl your cream cheese mixture on top or add a dollop on top. So I guess we take some of our pumpkin mixture, put it in here, and then when we get that all mixed in, we're gonna go ahead and put some on top and swirl it. I think that would be good. So we're just gonna wait a minute. So we're going to take care of these. While she's getting that mixed, how is it going there, Missy?
I'm getting a spoon.
You're gonna get a spoon. So, well, here's the spoon. You can use this guy, can't you? Why not?
Yeah, it'll still work.
Sure, it'll work. I like to not have too many dishes. I don't know if anybody else is the team, not a lot of dishes, but I sure am. So while they're doing that, I'll show you. We have our lined pan, and I picked some pumpkin color or fall colors, And on the bottom, they say, give thanks. I thought that's kind of cute. So we're going to use those. And I want to make sure I'm doing this right. So slowly incorporate your dry. Next, make your cream cheese. Fill your muffin pan with liners, scooping. Using a spoon or ice cream scooper, you can swirl your cream cheese mixture on top or add it to the bottom. Okay, so let's do a little bit of this. No, you don't want to lick that.
Don't eat that.
Well, you can just hold it for right now. She wanted to know what she would do with that. Well, we're going to just have her hold it tight for a minute. Now, I really don't know, because like I said, this is my first time making these, so I don't really know if I'm supposed to fill them to the top or what. So we're just going to, you know, kind of wing it here, and they might end up going overboard. I don't know. And I kind of wondered why the cream cheese couldn't have just, well, I guess it's because there's egg in it. I just answered my own question. Why couldn't the cream cheese mixture just have been put on top as a frosting? Well, why? Because it has a raw egg in it, so it has to cook, right? So we can pause for a minute while I finish these up.
And we're back on the Meemaw and Grandkids Baking Show.
Welcome.
I want to point out before we get started on this part that this little apron here I made for her, and it's actually made out of different pieces of different things, and I just think it's adorable. And I just wanted to point that out because I think she used it when she was little, and now she's using it, so it's really cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the cream cheese on top. I'm going to do a dollop method, and they're going to do the swirl on top. Okay, so I'm going to go each side because they have 6 apiece. You know how they have to share. So here's one on this side, and she's got a little stick that she's going to swirl it. Here's one on this side, and go ahead and swirl, guys. On the kind of swirl it on the top.
On the cream.
Well, you're going to kind of swirl it so it fits into the top of it.
Mine looks like a rose kind of.
Like that. And then swirl it. Heads. Don't grab for me, Mom. Like that. Okay, that's how you're doing it. All right. Yeah. And there's another dollop. Here's a dollop. Here's a dollop. And they're going to cook, just so you know, at an oven of 375 degrees, which we've already preheated. And they cook for 20 to 25 minutes until the middle comes out clean. That's a typical muffin, you know, recipe, or any kind of a thing, you know, until the toothpick comes out clean. How's it going, girls?
Good.
You think these are going to taste yummy? Do you remember when we did the pumpkin roll? Did you guys like that? Yeah, that was really good. That was the Hillbilly Kitchen recipe for the pumpkin roll. And that, I just love following her too. She's a good, strong Christian woman. So if you haven't been over to her channel, you should get over there too, because she has some really home, what do I want to say, down home cooking recipes. And she's just as sweet as she could be. And that's the recipe we followed last year. This year I'm trying to do keto a little bit, and trying to be healthy, healthier for myself, and my son has gone completely keto as he's fighting, or not fighting, actually what he's doing is he's healing. He's on his healing journey from glioblastoma. So I'm going out to visit him next week, and I'm so excited. And I'm just wanting to eat like he eats, because it is a healthier way to eat, and I just thought that's the right thing to do. So that's what I'm doing. And we're almost ready to pop these in. Well, I tell you what, once they're done, we'll come back and I will show you what the finished product looks like, and we'll do a taste test. And the cameraman will be on this side of the camera, so he can give you his thumbs up on whether he thinks we did a good job. So stay tuned.
And we're back.
On Meemaw and her Grandkids Baking Show.
New beginnings, art and crafts. I just wanted to point out this beautiful towel, this watercolor towel, is from Emily Lex. And she has wrote this book that I love, and I have another one of hers at home. She wrote the book Twirl that this sweetheart is holding up. Can you see? And they have some of her watercolor workbooks, and they've learned to watercolor through her, and they're having a lot of fun doing it. So we just wanted to say a shout out to Emily Lex, because she also was a person that donated generously some books for Casey, my son, it doesn't matter, my son's benefit that we had for him, and we just couldn't be more thankful for the kindness and generosity of Emily. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and put these in now for 20 to 25 minutes in a 375 degree oven, and we'll come back and do the taste test after we're done.
And I'm going to be judging.
And yes, he's going to be the big judge.
Too. I'm going to dish.
2, 1. Time to judge.
The judgment time. Welcome back to New Beginnings Arts and Crafts. We're ready to taste it. We have our taste testers here. Okay, guys, grab your one you want. Let's see.